Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Friday Night Sport with myself, Lakir Dawood on Salam Media. This evening, we've got a jam packed lineup for you. We're going to be chatting to a sports journalist and football journalist in specific, Lenn Moleko, about the upcoming Champions League fixtures. Then we're going to be throwing it forward to Lux September, the PSL spokesperson. He's going to be telling us all about what a bio bubble consists of and return to action this week. What did they have to go through in order to return to sport this weekend? Then we'll be chatting to Shoniz. She is one of the founding members of the Ekurhuleni Women in Sport, who's now become the Women in Sport Awards, and they will be focusing on Women in Sport Awards around the entire Gauteng in specific. They're doing Ekurhuleni, Johannesburg, and the West Rand districts. This is a first for them, and that's something massive. But first, let's cross over to Lenn Moleko, that's going to be giving us our update on what to expect in this weekend's Champions League. Len, good evening, my brother. Looking all comfy and cozy there, waiting for the Champions League.
Yes, of course. Been close to about 4 months. We haven't seen any Champions League action. So, once that song starts playing, then we'll know that, yes, the Champions League is back. But as some sort of, getting you ready for it, we saw Europa League matches playing over the past couple of days. So, yeah, this one is the ultimate. We want to see who's going to be the 2019-2020 Champions League winners.
Then talking about Champions League 2019-2020 winners, we've got some tight encounters, and then we've got some tricky ones. A lot of names that nobody thought would be in the hat and would be in the mix at this stage of the competition. Len, what can we look forward to this weekend with regards to fixtures, and who are you definitely looking out for?
Yeah, we know the big one is happening tonight. That's Man City taking on Real Madrid. Man City, obviously, going into the second leg of this encounter with a 2-1 advantage. They scored 2 goals away at the Santiago Bernabeu. They've been playing very well in the Premier League. They've been scoring on average 3 goals a match leading up to this point. And I think Pep Guardiola, this presents a very good opportunity for him to actually win the Champions League outside of Barcelona, because we know the last time he won the Champions League was when he was still at Barcelona. So looking at this match, looking at Real Madrid, they've been consistent as well. Ever since the restart of football, Real Madrid showed that they've got a level of consistency. They can win games. That is why they were able to pip Barcelona to the La Liga title. So it's going to be a very tricky encounter. 2 young coaches in the form of Zinedine Zidane, Pep Guardiola, tacticians. Zinedine Zidane has been at this point many a times. That's why he won the Champions League so many times. Pep Guardiola, he's also won it before. But I think City playing at home, the way they've been going about their business, I see them actually knocking out Real Madrid. And the other encounter that's very interesting to be looking out for, Juventus taking on Olympique Lyon. Lyon also going into this match with a 1-0 advantage because they won when they played Juventus at home. Juventus have not really been very entertaining, especially in the latter part of the Serie A. They've been sketchy here and there, but one could argue that because they had wrapped up the Serie A title, they were sort of like maybe relaxed. However, I still think Lyon have a trick up their sleeve and they could actually surprise Juventus. So for that one, I'll definitely go with Lyon, despite Juventus obviously having big names like Cristiano Ronaldo. And the other big game is Bayern Munich taking on Chelsea. First leg was 3-0 to Bayern, away at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. This time around, it's a Bayern home game. And truth be told, the way Bayern have been going about their business, I don't see Chelsea overcoming this. We saw how lax they could be when they were playing Arsenal in the FA Cup final this past weekend. And I think one thing that could be troublesome to them, they lost a number of players due to injury. I know that Christian Pulisic actually left the match because of injury. I know Pedro also left the match because of injury. I stand to be corrected. I also think Cesar Azpilicueta also left the match because of injury. So those could be worrisome for them. But look, 3-0, I don't see Chelsea overturning the 3-0. So definitely Bayern will be going through to the semi-finals. And Barcelona against Napoli, it's a 1-1 affair. Barcelona with the home advantage. Uh, they obviously want to redeem their season. They didn't win the La Liga title, and the Champions League presents a very good opportunity for them to redeem their season. So I think Barcelona will definitely ease past Napoli and make their way to the quarterfinals.
Lynn, that's your wrap on the Champions League. Real quick, before I let you go, Nedbank Cup back on our screens. Supersport 4 obviously will be having football again. Quite exciting times in South Africa as football returns, local football for that matter. What can we expect? A big one. The first time in South African history we'll be seeing how football will be played under COVID-19 regulations. And quite big fixtures this weekend.
Yeah, some interesting fixtures. Baroka taking on Bloem Celtic, Mamelodi Sundowns taking on Bidvest Wits. Both games playing tomorrow out at the Orlando Stadium. And yeah, we just need to enjoy those games on SuperSport 4, like you said, because there's no going into the stadium. I mean, you're going to be having a chat with Lux September later on, and he will tell you from what the PSL have said. I was listening to Dr. Evan Kosa earlier on today. They have a very solid plan in how they're going to roll out the return of football in this country. And I'm very excited, to be honest. And I know with everybody playing their part, and I know the PSL will be playing their part to make sure that everything goes smoothly. But going on to the football field, matters that will be taking place. Baroka, Bloem Celtic. Bloem Celtic have been having a lot of problems. They lost their coach, Legon Olosiema, during the lockdown when football was still not being played. So I'm not very confident about them. Baroka have seen themselves in such situations before in the Telkom Knockout Cup last season, because obviously they went all the way to the final and they defeated Orlando Pirates. So I think Baroka will pip Bloemfontein Celtic to book their spot in the final. With Mamelodi Sundowns, Bidvest Wits, Coach Peter Musimani is probably eyeing a treble. He's already won the Telkom Knockout Cup. He's there and there about sniffing the league title. And if he can just defeat Bidvest Wits, who themselves have problems because they are a team that's about to be shipped off to whatever division that we don't know because somebody else bought their status. Some players don't know what the story is with their contracts. But I know Gavin Hunt to be a consummate professional. He will go into that game like he did every other game that he was in charge for Bidvest Wits. It will be an interesting game. But I think Mamelodi Sundowns will be far too strong for Bidvest Wits. So I'm predicting a Mamelodi Sundowns versus Baroka FC Nedbank final come the end of the season.
Well, then I'm going to hold you to that, and hopefully by then, come the end of the season, we can all be watching football together. If everything goes well. Len, thank you so much for your insight and your expert analysis once again this evening. I hope you have a lekker weekend and enjoy the football that you can be expecting later on this evening. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
That was Lenn Moleko, our football expert and analysis. We'll now be crossing over to Lux September, the PSL spokesperson, who will be letting us know more about what we can expect and how difficult the process was for them to get football up and running in South Africa once again in order to meet the government's regulations right after this break.